Welcome to the session on how to maximize the lifetime value of your media content with AWS Media Intelligence Solutions. I'm excited to be presenting today with James Jamison. He is the Commercial Director at Caption Hub, one of our AWS partners. Together, we'll be sharing with you how to use these solutions to analyze your audio and video content to accurately and cost efficiently enable search, subtitling and localization, content compliance, and drive new revenue streams. In the session, we'll cover what are the current trends we're seeing in media content production and distribution, why there's a growing need for AI and ML, and then I'll introduce the media intelligence solutions and the 4 main use cases that we cover. Then I'll pass it over to James and he'll give you a run through of what they're doing over at Caption Hub, and then I'll wrap it up with some next steps to get you going. Audio and video content is being stored and created at an exponential rate. All around us, we are surrounded by TV shows, movies, podcasts, and more. In the US alone, customers have over 300 video services to choose from. Last year alone, we saw Disney Plus get launched, HBO Max, Peacock, and more. And so in the media and entertainment space, we've definitely seen this explosion. However, we've seen today there is more video content uploaded in just 30 days versus 30 years of content created by our 3 major US networks combined. But beyond the media and entertainment sector, we see other industries that are starting to rely on media to increase engagement. One such sector is in education. 92% of educators believe that video improves the student learning experience, and 84% believe that it increases the student outcomes. Similarly, 86% of businesses are using video as a marketing and advertising tool. This is because their consumers are saying that these videos are critical to them making their consumer purchasing decisions. Other notable trends: consumers are expecting an enhanced viewing experience. Watching content is no longer a lean back and just tune in to see what's on the TV experience. Media consumption is now about active searching and selecting what you want to view, and having the ability to binge watch by skipping intros, end credits, and watching episodes back to back. Customers are also looking for a personalized experience that includes interactivity and chat, as well as e-commerce opportunities. They're expecting the content to be delivered at the same quality and with the high functionality in any of the viewing platforms that they're utilizing. There's also a need to offer captions and subtitles to ensure that users across geographies and special needs can access and enjoy your content. Additionally, these new platforms give rise to new ways of monetizing the content, especially archived content. All of this means that the expectations have never been higher, and media customers need to accelerate innovation to meet and exceed customer expectations, differentiate themselves, all the while maintaining profitability. Essentially, doing a lot more with a lot less. Let's go a bit deeper here. Many organizations need machine learning driven solutions because their existing media workflows are manual and time consuming. There's a lot of subjectiveness in the process, which leads to a lot of human error. The processes are also expensive and not easily scalable. This is where machine learning can help. ML can automate common media workflows and frees up time and resources. There are 4 core benefits. The first one is around lowering costs. With machine learning, you can start automating common media workflows that include tagging, labeling, reviewing, and adding captions and subtitles. This can really free up all the work that is being done manually today. We've seen customers who used to spend 2 days creating promotional videos cut that down to just 2 hours. Another benefit with machine learning is that you can boost the customer experience. With the rich metadata being generated by machine learning, customers can improve content usage, placement, and effectiveness. With simple additions like subtitles, customers are able to reach audiences in their native language and improve engagement. Machine learning can also review thousands of videos and millions of images against set criteria at scale to ensure compliance and safety. There are multiple regulations regarding content being shown to certain age groups or what time of day or regions that the content is being shown. And machine learning can help to ensure that those regulations are being adhered to. You can also use machine learning to intelligently analyze and understand the audio and video content effectively so that you can know just the right places to drive new revenue streams and take advantage of advertising opportunities. But there are many barriers to implementing machine learning. What we've seen is many companies they have a lack of in-house expertise. They may not have the right folks who understand machine learning, and they're looking for ways in order to implement. They also may have other factors such as on-premise video archives or legacy media management systems that have created siloed data footprints. In addition, there's a need for quality and compliance requirements that lead to needing expert guidance. As a result, many of these machine learning proof of concepts have not materialized into sustained initiatives for many organizations. That's why we're bringing you AWS Media Intelligence Solutions, or MI Solutions for short. These solutions are a combination of computer vision and language services powered by machine learning that empower customers to easily integrate machine learning into their media content workflows. We offer 2 flexible approaches to implementing these solutions. The first offering are turnkey solutions that are brought to you by our AWS partners. These partners have a lot of experience building these use cases and have done the heavy lifting of integrating our services together, adding their own special sauce and expertise to create out-of-the-box solutions for customers to use. For customers and partners who prefer to build their own systems but want to jumpstart, we have several AWS solutions such as AWS Media to Cloud and AWS Content Analysis. These are pre-built solutions and open source frameworks that you can utilize to get going faster. Both options help customers avoid starting from scratch and offer a proven way to success. The foundation of these AWS MI solutions are several core services. We have Amazon Rekognition, which can identify objects, people, text, scenes, and activities that are embedded within images and videos. There's also Amazon Transcribe, our automatic speech recognition service that converts speech to text quickly and accurately. We also have Amazon Comprehend, which is our natural language understanding service. It uses machine learning to find insights and relationships in the text. Amazon Translate is our neural machine translation service, and it can localize media content for your diverse users and efficiently enable multilingual access to your content. The solutions utilize these services together to analyze various media content types, such as images, audio files, like podcasts, as well as videos. For example, when processing videos, these solutions will use Rekognition and Transcribe to extract information from both the images and the videos, as well as the audio text to output millisecond accurate metadata that you can use. It can also detect scene breaks and blank frames and create libraries based on custom vocabulary, faces, and objects. With this rich data, the solutions can then leverage services like Translate to then create and localize subtitles at scale. Comprehend can also be used to analyze the text and be used for topic modeling and entity extraction for the areas that are of interest to your business. MI Solutions natively allow you to process your media files to increase your content's value. And so I'll dive into the 4 main use cases that our customers are seeing. So the 4 main use cases that MI Solutions cover are around search and discovery, compliance and moderation, content monetization, and subtitling and localization. The first use case is search and discovery, which helps your users easily find the content they want. A key aspect of content discovery is metadata extraction. Metadata is essential to making the content easy for users to find, access, and use. There is a very high rate of new content being created, and extracting and maintaining good metadata is an enormous challenge. So this use case combines the power of Amazon Rekognition's computer vision capabilities and Amazon Transcribe audio speech to text API to extract the metadata and create rich indexes that make it easy for your users to browse and discover content. In addition, this metadata gives us a faster and more automated method to generate highlights or pinpoint the specific time where someone said something newsworthy to create news clips. Here you see a list of the partners who are experts in enabling this workflow and the AWS solutions that can also enable this. For example, our partner Synchronized helped a French broadcasting customer, TF1, to save 50% of editorial time that used to be spent identifying the right frames to create thumbnails. Another partner, PromoMe, analyzes media content assets to reduce the time spent in generating highlights from 2 days to 2 hours. This slide shows the AWS content analysis solution, which employs Amazon Rekognition for highly accurate object, scene, and activity detection. So you'll see here that it's been able to spot where there's a tire as well as a license plate in the car image. On the right-hand side, Amazon Translate and Amazon Transcribe is being utilized to create subtitles that will then be used and translated into multiple languages for localization purposes. In the back end, Amazon Comprehend is also being used to extract key phrases and entities from all of this rich metadata that's being generated. The second use case is around compliance and brand safety. This solution helps customers review media content against predefined or custom criteria to ensure compliance at scale. With AWS, you can streamline and automate your image and video moderation workflows. It will proactively detect inappropriate, unwanted, or offensive content containing nudity, suggestiveness, violence, and other categories in order to increase your brand safety for you and your partners. In addition, you can also identify and confirm that your logos are being used correctly and meeting brand requirements. This ensures that you get comprehensive but cost-effective moderation coverage for all of your content as your business scales. The third use case is content monetization. This is taking the metadata knowledge that you have generated from your audio and visual content and utilizing that to give you the ability to optimize ad placements and ensure relevancy for maximum impact. The AWS Media Intelligence Solutions allows you to optimize traditional ad operations and analytics to find just the right place to insert your ad. It can also detect pre-decided ad breaks in your content and improve advertising context and avoid inappropriate or irrelevant brand associations. Contextual media not only maximizes revenue impact through optimized return on investment, but it also improves the customer experience by serving more relevant and hopefully fewer ads. The last use case is around subtitling and localization. This is focused on improving the reach and accessibility of your media content, and it's driven by the services of Amazon Transcribe and Translate. For this use case, I'm going to there are many benefits such as increasing your user engagement and accessing a wider audience, but I'm going to let James Jameson from Caption Hub tell you more.
Thanks, Esther, and thank you for inviting me to talk here today. So Caption Hub is an online collaboration platform for subtitling video and audio. We're used by teams and brands around the world who demand the best for their video and for their workflow. We're used in more than 86 countries, over 6 continents, and we serve every sector from automotive to broadcast, public sector to finance. Anywhere where there is a video requirement, which is pretty much everywhere now, there is going to be a subtitling requirement. The reasons people subtitle their video are typically to reach people and audiences in other languages, in their own language, to reach people for accessibility requirements where there's hard of hearing, or to reach people where there is low or no audio. So that's really important. And there's a fourth use case as well, which is for search engine optimization. So taking the content in the video and allowing that to be properly indexed is a really important use case that our customers use us for. We caption and subtitle over 1 million minutes of video every month, and we position in the enterprise. So we've built our platform very much for leading corporate brands around the world who need to create subtitles at scale. Creating subtitles at scale is far more complex than first meets the eye. We have built a platform that principally does two things. It accelerates the production of original language captions and translated subtitles for on-demand video and audio, but also live video. And it accelerates that process by introducing machine learning and AI tools. And specifically, we leverage very deeply through an integration that we've built over a number of years with AWS, the Amazon Transcribe and Amazon Translate engines. The second thing that Caption Hub does is it allows the linguists and people involved in the captioning and subtitling workflow to collaborate and work on the subtitles once they've been generated in an automated way by the machine transcription and by the machine translation provided by Amazon Transcribe and Amazon Translate. So essentially you can see it like this, that the automatic transcription and translation gets you to 97, 98% perfection of accuracy in your subtitles. And then in the loop, human editing can take you all the way through to 100% perfection. And bear in mind, when you're producing video at the enterprise scale, there'll be a lot of investment in the content, in the video content itself, but taking shortcuts at the subtitling, at the point of subtitling and localization, just isn't acceptable for our customers. So they expect the same level of production quality and standards to be built all the way through their video production, post-production, including localization and subtitling. All of this is wrapped up in the context of we build for enterprise, and that our customers don't just demand the best when it comes to subtitling and experience, they demand the best when it comes to security. So being able to deploy flexibly, but in a very secure way to our clients who are in automotive, financial services, government, defense, and technology, is incredibly important. As I said, Caption Hub has leveraged the Amazon Transcribe and Translate technology solutions as part of AWS Media Intelligence. They are integrations that we've developed over a number of years, and we've worked very closely with the teams at Amazon Web Services, both on the transcription and translation side of the business. Caption Hub has built a frame accurate platform, which is a broadcast standard that is now beginning to be adopted by some of the world's largest companies. It means that if your captions or subtitles are due to end or start within close proximity of an edit break, a scene break in video footage, that the subtitles are snapped to that scene break. And what this creates is it creates a very smooth user experience for the audience. Essentially, it removes bleeding of subtitles over scenes. So the subtitles are always in sync with the scenes at the right point. And this is really important over long periods of time. Not having that can be a very jarring experience. We have built in the technology with AWS, but also other best-of-breed technologies. And this is in our name, Caption Hub. We build in best-of-breed technologies. We don't reinvent the wheel, and we look to the best possible ways of providing certain components of our solution to our customers. And whether that's ASR or the machine transcription or enterprise video players for on-demand or live video, we build in deep integrations, AWS being a part of that. In terms of the benefits that our customers see, they essentially see massive speed increases. So one of our largest automotive clients reported speed increases of producing their subtitles in an eighth of the time. And when you understand that you have large teams potentially working in these subtitle workflows, then that can be a massive cost saving. Another one of our clients, a large tech company, reports an annual ROI of over 12 times licensing costs. And this is something that many of our customers see very, very quickly, that immediate sort of return on investment. Around 18 months ago, we started seeing a huge increase in the demand for live video subtitling. CEO town halls, all hands meetings, customer webinars, live customer demonstrations. And this was pre-COVID. We really started seeing that market demand. And so building on the experience and the success of Caption Hub's on-demand video platform, we built Caption Hub Live. Caption Hub Live uses AWS or Amazon Transcribe and Amazon Translate. And it allows our customers now to accurately transcribe up to 25 languages in near real time. They can then translate that video into over 25 languages in real time for live streaming, meaning that you can have a town hall event being spoken in one language and then translated into over 25 other languages. This is a real game changer for enterprise, and it gives immediate audience engagement at a global level. So let's just jump into the solution itself. So Caption Hub is an online software as a service tool. You can access it via any browser in the world. I'm going to show you how we leverage the AWS Media Intelligence Solutions, Amazon Transcribe and Amazon Translate. So the first thing that I'm going to do is create a set of original captions for this video. This video is spoken in English, and I'm going to create those English captions. So let's do that now. And what we're going to do here is use Amazon's Transcribe product, which is built into Caption Hub to provide a text file of captions, which we time back, and using our own technology, time that back in a very specific way that I said uses frame accurate captions. So I know this is spoken in English GBP, English British, sorry. I'm not going to apply a custom dictionary, but I have that ability if I want to, which is incredibly important, and actually is a huge time saver for many of our clients where they have lots of proprietary names and ways of spelling certain products and industry jargon as well. And these are things where if you have a custom dictionary, a custom vocabulary, or custom term bases, then we can bias the speech recognition and the machine translation. Let's just hit submit now. So what is happening here essentially in the background is we separate the audio from the video that we've ingested into Caption Hub. We send that audio through into Amazon Transcribe, and Amazon Transcribe will run the speech recognition process, create a text file, return that text file to Caption Hub, and then we will time that back to the video in a frame accurate way. The way that we're able to get to frame accuracy is when we initially ingest the video, we slow the footage right down, take visual scans, understand essentially where the scene breaks are, and then we are essentially able to map that text back. So let's see what it's given us. So here's our video preview, and here's our subtitle caption editor underneath that we can edit ourselves. Let's just press play.
My name is Will Butler Adams, and I'm CEO of Brompton Bicycle. We make a folding bike that makes living in cities easier and more fun. All the bike is made, and that means we can control the quality, the finish, to ensure that what the customer gets is the experience that we want.
So it's given us a pretty good return. It's given us a 98% confidence score. It's not perfect. And so what we're able to do using Caption Hub now is go through and perfect both the text, but also the positioning of the subtitles as well. We can do that very quickly, and we can use that using the waveform editor or the caption editor. Where we have any superimposed subtitles over burnt-in text that's in the original video, we can change the positioning of those subtitles like this. And so very quickly you can go from having a video with no subtitles or original captions to a perfected set of captions that, quite frankly, I'm now ready to push out to my audience. And if I've got an integrated video platform, or I'm using something like Vimeo, I can now upload those subtitles to one of those platforms or publish directly into using one of our integrations. So that's the original language caption creation, which I've done in a matter of moments. The next thing I'm going to do is create a number of translations. So we support over 80 different translations. And let's just choose a few here. So I'm going to choose Arabic, French, German, Spanish. I'm going to hit create translations. So it's very quickly given me back 4 translations. If I wanted to select, 75 plus, I could have done that.
My name is Will Butler Adams, and I'm CEO of Brompton Bicycle. We make a
And so we can very quickly go from having no subtitles at all through to having original captions and many translated subtitles. And whilst the machine translation doesn't give us perfect translations consistently, it gives us very good translations. And so what we're now able to do in Caption Hub is augment that with the precision collaboration tools that we have. So we're able to invite linguists, assign those to different languages, have them perfect or validate that those translations are actually accurate. And if not, make some edits, make some changes. And once we're happy with those translated and original captions, we're essentially able to then publish those out to the video platforms and to my end users very, very quickly. So you can start to see how at scale, with lots of people involved in these processes, how this can be a huge time saver for organizations. And just very quickly, just to touch on live subtitling as well, I'm also able to put in a live video stream here that I can do from a pull stream, from a push stream, and essentially apply very much the same technologies to subtitle and translate my video in near real time for live events. And so our customers report huge time savings across their post-production teams. They're able to get subtitles out and communicate powerfully, which is often, a very intangible but very, very high value return on investment. Communicating powerfully in the subtitling and the localization of content is incredibly important, particularly for the brands who are our customers. But also the time savings that our customers report. And I mentioned one of our automotive customers who now do what they did previously in an eighth of the time, which is a huge cost saver for them. And we see this both in enterprise, but also in broadcast. Vice recently have expanded their use of Caption Hub for all of their global broadcast. So anywhere where there is Vice content being broadcast around the world, that is being localized using Caption Hub and using the power of Caption Hub's partners. Thanks, Esther. I'll pass that back to you now.
Thanks so much, James, for sharing the Caption Hub solution and how our customers can quickly and easily start subtitling and localizing their video content. So now I'll give you some quick ways to get started. The easiest way is to just hop over to our Media Intelligence Solutions webpage. On there, you'll find everything that you need to get started. We'll have a whole section that's dedicated to all the different technology partners and providers, as well as consulting partners that we work with. A lot of these folks have turnkey solutions and out-of-the-box solutions that you can utilize for the 4 main use cases that I had covered earlier. And you can find details on how to contact them and reach out to folks like Caption Hub, as well as many others. And if you scroll further down the web page, you will find links to all of our open source solutions, such as Media to Cloud and the content analysis solution. So thanks so much for attending the session. We're always looking for feedback and ways to improve upon on our sessions, as well as hear from you if there's sessions that you had hoped to learn about or topics that are of interest to you. Please enter that into the survey provided. Thank you.